want to use our Welsh language service, please press 9. If not, please hold. We don't audio record calls to this helpline. For information about what we do with personal data, please visit our website at ico.org.uk/privacy-notice. Our helpline is for organisations, people who work for themselves, and for members of the public. Please note, we will treat all people with courtesy and respect, and we expect the same. If anyone behaves in an unreasonable way to our staff, we will bring the call to a close. To help get you through to the right team, please select the following options. If you know the extension number of the person you want to speak to, please press 1. If you're calling from an organisation, a small club or association, you're a sole trader, or you work for yourself, please press 2. If you're a member of the public, please press 3. Here are your 3 options. To discuss an inquiry or complaint you've already sent to us, please press 1. To discuss a new inquiry or complaint with us, please press 2. If you're a whistleblower and are considering making a protected disclosure under the whistleblowing provisions of UK legislation, please press 3. To listen to these options again, please. We're now transferring you to a member of our team.
Your data. It's your name, your personal data. Makes no sense.
We regularly update our website with new advice and guidance. Please visit ico.org.uk and select Your Data Matters to find out more about your personal data rights. If you're concerned about the way an organisation is handling your information, we expect the organisation to work with you to resolve the issue. You can use the template letter on our website to raise your concerns with them. Please visit ico.org.uk, select Your Data Matters, and follow the link to Your Right to Raise a Concern. We're sorry. It's taking us longer to answer your call than we'd like. Want to find out more about your right to get copies of your data? Commonly known as making a subject access request, we have guides on our website to explain how to prepare and submit a request, what to expect after making a request, and what to do if you're dissatisfied with the organisation's response. Please visit ico.org.uk, select Your Data Matters, and follow the link to Your Right to Get Copies of Your Data. got a query about domestic CCTV? We've produced guidance for people using CCTV systems and also for people being filmed. Please visit ico.org.uk and select Your Data Matters. You'll find our guidance for both on the right-hand side of the page.
Hello, Information Commercial Office, how can I help?
Oh yes, hello. Can I ask who I'm speaking to?
You're speaking to Fizza.
Your name's Fizza?
Yes, that's right.
Can I have your full name?
No, I would like to just give you my first name, thank you.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, fair enough. My request today, my queries today relates to personal data, and particularly, and hence why I asked for your name. Is your name considered personal data?
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Okay, but you're working in a public. I'm just trying to understand what constitutes personal data, because right now you've given me your first name. Is your first name not personal data?
I'm just trying. What is your data protection issue? If you could just tell me, and then I can
Oh,
help
okay,
you
all right, okay.
with your
Well,
issue.
okay, well, I'm trying to. Do you deal with Freedom of Information legislation as well as the Data Protection Act?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we do.
Okay, so I'm on the Freedom of Information Act 2000, and I'm on Section 40, Personal Information.
Okay.
Okay, so and it's making reference to what constitutes personal information. So any information to which a request for information relates is exempt information if it constitutes personal data or which the applicant is the data subject.
Okay. So have you made a Freedom of Information request and they refused it because there's personal data in there?
Well, I'm trying to understand what constitutes personal data. It's not very.
Personal data is your.
Sorry, go ahead.
The personal data is anything that. So it's your name, your email address, your phone number, your home address.
Is your face your personal? Is a photograph of your face personal data?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay, and is your voice personal data as well?
I don't know. I don't think that's. I'm just gonna have a quick read just to make sure that I give you the right information.
Yeah, sure.
Bear with me. I'm not sure if the voice counts as personal data. No, it doesn't say anything about voice here. No.
All right, but it does say somewhere that a photograph of you is personal data.
So a picture of you is personal data. So if you are wanting to read everything about what is personal data, we do have a full section on our website ico.org.uk. There is a you can read through all that.
Okay, all right, that's fair enough. Because obviously I'm trying to find out what information is if that's personal data, what information is public data.
Public information comes under FOI. So public and organized, if you make a FOI to them, say for example you ask for how many free subject access requests someone has made, not personally, so how many freedom of information requests somebody has made, then they should be able to give you that number if it's a public organization.
No, yeah, I understand that, but regarding an individual, like for example, I've asked you you've told me that your name, your email, your date of birth, or anything that personally identifies you as your personal data, which is protected,
right.
which is protected under the Data Protection Act. But what
right.
what aspect of an individual is public data?
So none of it is public data. What do you mean public data? Nobody.
So
I don't
so
understand that. I don't understand
because
that question.
okay, because I'm just trying to understand like your name when you know it's not like you necessarily, for example, if I go to the Tesco's and the person has the name there, that's considered in the public domain, isn't it? Your personal name is in the public domain. So I'm just trying to understand how your personal name is protected under the Data Protection Act when you necessarily put it into the public domain.
That just depends really, because I honestly I don't actually understand your question.
Okay, well, let me put it another way. Let me put it another way. You refuse to give me your full name because you consider it personal.
I'm not refusing.
Oh no, it's okay, it's okay. I mean, I'm not, sorry, my terminology. I'm not saying refuse, but you've not given me your full name, okay? But let's just say, for example, you would not want to give me your full name because you think it's your personal data. Let's just put that as an argument, okay? Now, under that scenario, you would also consider a photograph of you personal data. However, you are aware of the fact that if you're in public, I can take a photograph of you without your permission.
No, you can't.
Oh, so let me just get this right. If you're in the park, all right, and you're there with your children, all right, I'm assuming that you've got children, you're in the park. I come along and I take photographs of you and your children, and you're telling me I can't do that?
No, you can't do that. No.
Without your permission?
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't take pictures of someone without their permission. No.
Okay, all right. So and you, all right. So you work for the Information Commissioner's Office, yes?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. Can I obviously, because I'm now gonna have to lodge this as a formal complaint about you, because obviously you're on a public line and you're giving out false information to the members of the public. So can I ask for your full name now, because I'm gonna lodge a formal complaint about you.
Yeah, that's fine. So my full name is Fizza Nisa.
Fizza Nisa, yes. So I would like you to take this complaint down, because I can I ask what your name of your manager is?
Yeah, so if you want to make a complaint, I can give you our email address and you can send a complaint there.
No, I would like to make an oral complaint. Can I speak to your manager?
I won't be able to escalate this call to anyone.
Why?
But you can email us, you can do it online.
No, sorry. Why can I not speak? Can I speak to your supervisor?
I'm sorry, I won't be able to escalate this call at this moment in time.
Can I ask why?
Because there isn't anyone available at the moment.
Oh, okay, all right, okay, well, fair enough. So, can you spell your first name for me, please?
So it's Fizza.
Okay, and the second name?
Nisa.
Okay, all right. So just for your information, you're providing wrong information. I can take a photograph of you in the public of your children without your express permission, because it's public information.
You cannot. You can't take a picture of anyone in the public. If someone's in the park with their children, you cannot go up to them and take their picture. That is not allowed. You have to ask for their permission.
Okay, but you're wrong. You see, this is what concerns me, is that you're working for the Information Commissioner's Office and you're giving this advice. Have you ever gone to Alton Towers? If you go on a ride, they take your photograph without your permission, and you can buy a photograph. It is the law in this country that it's not a law in this country for you to take photographs of people in public places. Otherwise, when you go to Tesco's or when you go to a shopping centre, why is the CCTV recording you without your permission?
You're telling me you go into a public place, so you go into a park and you take pictures of someone's children.
Yes.
And so you're taking pictures. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. If I'm not doing that, I'm just explaining to you that I can do that without seeking somebody's consent. That's correct, isn't it?
That's fine. Okay, if you want to make the complaint, that's absolutely fine. I will leave you to that, and you go ahead and make that complaint.
Okay, well, I'm just trying. All right, we've moved on from that, because obviously you're providing wrong information. Let me explain to you. Provide you with some information.
That's fine.
You can go to the public. You can go to the public, and you can, like, for example, you're not recording this call, are you?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm recording this call, and I've recorded this call without your permission.
Okay, that you should have informed me that you're recording this call. Yes.
Oh my God! Yeah, I should not have informed you. Why should I have informed you?
So I can consent to the call being recorded.
You don't have a right to consent. It's in public. This is what I'm trying to say. I've recorded this call, and not only have I recorded this call, I'm now going to publish it onto YouTube and Facebook. What can you do about it?
That's absolutely fine. You do as you please.
Yes.
And if you want to make the complaint to us, you can do it.
Yes. Well, I'm going to this is what
whichever one's easier for you.
Okay. Well, the reason let me just explain to you what's going to happen next. I've recorded this call. I'm going to publish it into YouTube, and then I'm going to send a copy of this call recording to the Information Commissioner himself, all right? And I'm going to explain the reason I'm lodging this complaint about you personally is because you lack information regarding the Data Protection Act. You're providing wrong information to members of the public because you're telling me that I need your permission. I've recorded you without your consent or permission. I'm then going to publicize it onto YouTube without your consent and permission, and there's nothing you can do about it because I'm not required to gain your consent. And obviously I'm slightly annoyed and I'm slightly annoyed, and as you can tell, I just need to calm down because I'm vexated because as a helpline at the Information Commissioner's office, you're giving wrong information to members of the public, and this is not correct. So I am now having to record this and make it public myself, so everybody knows that you can go into the public domain and take photographs of people and record people in the public domain without issue. I've had this conversation with many of your colleagues who've confirmed this. However, you have not confirmed this, and the purpose of me lodging a complaint so you can be properly trained about what the law is and what the law isn't. Okay, that's the reason. I'm sorry if I'm getting slightly agitated, but the reason for my agitation is because you have not been properly trained about the legislation, and yet you are here looking to give advice to members of the public with incorrect information. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
You. Bye. Bye.
I'm dealing with people that are illiterate, uneducated, making stuff up, and she works for the ICO, alright? So she says you can't take photographs of people. Of course I can take photographs of people. I've made it quite clear I can, alright? And to have this conversation, I'm exhausted of having this conversation with members of the other organizations, never mind the ICO. This is totally unacceptable. Where on a helpline to a member of the public, this individual is telling me that I can't take photographs of people in public. All right, and this is and today is what, the 17th of March 2023, and yet still nobody's educated enough to understand that to go into public you can take photographs of people in the public. And I'm dealing with people that are uneducated and in positions of authority and power. She's telling me, whilst being an ICO operative, that she is that I can't take photographs of people in public. All right, denying my civil rights to have freedom of movement and freedom of choice. All right, and so it's just absolutely ridiculous that I'm having to lodge this as a complaint to the ICO once again regarding the idiocracy of people on helplines that should have the appropriate training to do so. Now I'm going to have to make this public, so let's see so everybody knows that this is just wrong, and the ICO are incompetent morons that don't know what they're talking about, and when they're giving me wrong information to members of the public, I'm just annoyed. As you can tell, I'm really agitated and annoyed having to speak to this individual who's giving me their personal interpretation, all right, their own personal interpretation of what they feel is what the law should be. All right, they should be properly trained to know what the law is and what the law isn't, what I can do and what I cannot do, not to give me haphazard remarks like, oh yes, this, that, the other, this is privacy. She was saying that everything is private, and while you're going to work, just annoying, absolutely annoying.